Centralia College will play host to Tacoma Community College, and we'll get you to Jerry Owens right away for the starting of the game.
Good evening. We welcome you this evening to our ball games as we welcome our visiting Lady Titans of Tacoma and our host Lady Blazers. Before introductions, please stand for our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Once again, welcome, and welcome to the Lady Titans and the starting lineup. A 5'8" sophomore, number 1, Alexis Grant. A 5'10" freshman, number 12, Tiana Barton. A 5'3" freshman, number 23, Jordan Stewart. A 6'5" sophomore, number 30, Jesse Williamson. And a 6' sophomore, number 33, Naomi Brown. And the rest of the Lady Titans. Head coach, Mr. Dan Crowley, Shante Johnson, the assistant. Now the starting lineup for the Lady Blazers. A 5'6" sophomore, number 3, Karina G. 5'4" freshman, 5, Kendra Runninger. 5'10" freshman, number 12, Molly McIntyre. A sophomore 5'5" guard, number 14, Leah Davis. And at post, a 5'9" freshman, 33, Courtney K. Upu. And the rest of the Lady Blazers, Mr. Shane Schutz, head coach, assisted by Caleb Sills and Joe Milton.
All right, so we'll bring you tip-off of the first game here as the Lady Trailblazers will play host to the Lady Titans of Tacoma.
And Edmund, if you, in case you didn't notice, we have Alicia Sorensen, who has been on a tear lately, the team's leading scorer for the Blazers. She's out tonight. Not exactly sure why. It looked like she was limping earlier, maybe some injury, but last game out against Green River, she had a heck of a game. She had 18 points, 10 rebounds. And going against a 6'5" post right here, this is going to be a weird matchup with Blazers.
All right, Centralia, the home team in white. The Titans in gray, and Tacoma wins the tip. Quick inside action for Tacoma. Number 30 dishes it back out, and then quickly called for a travel. First violation of the ball game with 19 minutes, 44 seconds left to go. And, possession will go over to Centralia.
The first thing they tried to do there was pass it to their 6'5", number 30, Jessie Williamson, and they want to see if they can get her going right away because she's a big matchup.
McIntyre passes it over to Pruinger. Pruinger to G up top of the key, shoots a 3, and good way to start out the game as it's 3-0 with just 30 seconds ticked away on the clock. And Centralia with the early lead. Centralia puts on the press, Tacoma breaks it, puts up a shot, and too strong. Tacoma gets their own rebound, second chance shot, no good. Now hustle playing is going to be a jump ball. Since Tacoma won the tip, it's going to be a possession arrow to Centralia.
That was a nice block out and hustle by Keupu though. Pretty quick call on the jump ball, but we got to go, and Centralia's on the board, and what a great way to start.
Pruinger to G. G to McIntyre up top, back to Pruinger. Pruinger for the 3 from the right wing, no good. Rebound by Grant, and she's quickly pushing it the other way in transition. Grant drives with her left hand, looks back out, passes it to number 23, that's Jordan Stewart. Ball movement by Tacoma, and Capers is playing the passing lane. Lazy lob pass there by Tacoma, and Centralia comes up with the basketball.
Keupu will always take advantage of that every time, plays the passing lanes perfectly.
Keupu at the top of the key, passes it to Pruinger. Pruinger shoots from the left wing, no good. Davis there with the offensive rebound, passes it to Keupu. Keupu pump fake, decides to pass it to Pruinger to set up the offense. Pruinger over to G down to Keupu. Keupu, nice spin move and uses the backboard there to put her team up 5-0. Good move by Keupu to get free, and full court pressure by Centralia. We're going to have an early timeout here by Coach Dan Creeley. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, and with 18 minutes and 9 seconds left to go, it's going to be the first timeout of the ball game.
That was a beautiful, beautiful play by Keupu. She could feel that her matchup was kind of slacking off on her, wasn't really guarding her tight, didn't respect her post presence. And also, as you can see, Jessie Williamson was nowhere to be seen, the 6'5". She's got to be locking down that paint. I mean, she's the tree among all these other ladies out here tonight. So she's got to protect that basket, and with those easy shots, I mean, she's got to be there for her team.
Yeah, Keupu had the size advantage that time down low. For your Tacoma coach, maybe talking some strategy about switching up the defense there on Keupu. Number 23, Stewart with the basketball up top, passes it to Grant. Picking up Grant from 30 feet away from the basket. Good move, good ball movement by Tacoma. Tough D by Centralia as Grant drives to the hoop, puts up the shot, no good. Grant falls to the ground, rebound Centralia. McIntyre gets the board, brings it in transition, passes it to Pruinger. Pruinger to G up top. G looks at Davis, but decides to dribble and set up the offense herself. Davis, they're being guarded tightly, tries to get free. G decides to pass it to McIntyre. McIntyre drives on the bigger center there from Tacoma. And the ball goes out of bounds. Possession, Tacoma.
Now, as you see, Keupu kind of, tapped it out. She didn't really need to that time. Just go up strong, two hands. She could have got the rebound. No one was really contesting her there.
Davis with the steal and passes it to G. G being picked up by Grant at half court. Pruinger passes it to Davis at the right wing, then to Keupu at the top of the key. Keupu picked up by the bigger defender, and she's going to be called for double dribble. And first sub of the game now for the Lady Titans as number 10, Carson Stanley checks in the game. 5'8" freshman guard out of Tacoma.
We're seeing the jitters for both teams right away here. There's been a few kind of, lazy turnovers, and let's hope to get some composure to stop that.
Ball in the corner now for Tacoma, now back at the top of the key. In the corner is Grant. Grant being guarded by Davis, drives, kicks it out. First shot by Carson Stanley, no good. Rebound inside by the Tacoma post. That's number 33, Naomi Brown.
Seeing some scrappy play out there. They're starting to get really aggressive, starting to get a little frustrated maybe as Tacoma with their offense. So expect this to not be an easy game.
McIntyre with a move inside, uses the backboard, no good as it rolls out. She gets her own rebound, puts up another shot. She falls to the ground. Shot's no good, rebound Titans.
Seems like these refs are letting them play right now, getting aggressive. No fouls called yet.
Grant drives and dishes it out. Number 10 with the basketball, passes to number 12, Barton. Barton looks inside. Lazy pass again, stolen this time by McIntyre. She tries to save it before going out of bounds, but passes it to the inside to the Titans. Shots up by one of the Lady Titans, no good. Rebound Pruinger. Pruinger pushes it the other way.
So far, you're not seeing any crisp passes on Tacoma's part, and if they want to get some good offense going, they got to keep that. All you're seeing some lazy passes right now, and with Centralia's hard defense, they're going to play passing lanes. They're going to get that steal every time.
Full court pressure here by Centralia. Titans break it easily. Now number 24 puts the shot over Karina G. Number 24, Nicole Miller in the ball game. Shot rolled off, no good, but a player there for the Titans to put in the tip back. So score is now 5-2 with 15 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the first half. Pruinger, number 5 for the Blazers, passes it to G. G dribbles and kicks it out to Davis. Davis dribbles with the right hand along the right side of the basket, and there's going to be a foul. It's going to be the first foul of the ball game here with 15 minutes and 21 seconds left to go here in the first half. We've seen some aggressive play, and first foul, the first whistle blown here.
And let's hope that there's a little bit more to come if aggressiveness keeps up at this rate.
Davis up top at the wing, passes it to G. G looks inside to McIntyre, no good, stolen by the Titans. In transition now is Stanley's. Stanley may have gotten away with the travel as she moved her pivot foot, but the ball gets thrown away here, and it's Keupu the other way. Keupu pulls up, jump shot, no good, off the front of the rim. Rebound number 24, Nicole Miller.
Got to make a better decision with that, maybe pass the ball off, but that's a second steal by Keupu already. Great job.
Grant drives the lane, puts it up with the right hand, no good. Rebound G, and Centralia's heading the other way. Pruinger got picked up by Grant at half court. Looks out to Davis. Davis with their first three-point shot from the left wing, no good. Rebound McIntyre, she powers up, puts up the shot, no good. And it's Tacoma heading the other way in transition. Number 12 gets the ball knocked out of her hands. That's Tiana Barton for Tacoma, who struggled there trying to get the ball through Centralia defenders. Now the first subs of the game for the Lady Trailblazers as Fisher checks in the game, as well as Julia Myers.
And we're seeing some great hand movement by the Trailblazers, and they're just deflecting everything. And you can see that the 6'5" Williamson is gone, so small ball, it's all evenly matched up as far as height-wise.
Score is 5-2 if you're just tuning in, with 14 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here in the first half. Tacoma with the basketball. There's going to be a foul called here on Centralia. That's going to be their first foul of the ball game. That's going to go on number 5, Perunger. Her first foul. Tacoma to inbound it under their own basket. Grant passes it to Naomi Brown. Naomi loses possession of the ball. Perunger with the steal. Decides to pull it back out and pass it to Karina G. Karina G being picked up by Grant up top. Tacoma in man-to-man defense here. Julia Myers with the ball at the right corner. You can hear Coach Schutz saying feed the post there. Give it to Keupu. Keupu had position as she's sealed her player there and got the nice feed, drove to the hoop, and there's going to be a foul call. That's going to be the second foul on Tacoma.
And I mean, why not give it to Keupu though? She's been working hard, and everyone out here can see that this is a mismatch for her, and that she's very willing to take advantage of it in the post.
Fouls on Nicole Miller. That's her first foul of the ball game. We're going to see number 25, Naida Preston, check in the ball game for the Titans.
And so far, Centralia's defense has just been stifling. They're not letting them have anything easy out there. And if they're out of control even a little bit, Centralia's going to steal the ball. 2
free throws good by Keupu. Now the Titans with the basketball. Shots up, no good. Rebound Fisher. Pruinger heading the other way. Passes it to G. G on the left wing. Looks inside to Keupu. Keupu powers through, no good. She looks for the foul call, but refs let him play. 13 minutes, 20 seconds left to go here in the first half. Tacoma with the basketball.
You'd like to see both teams kind of slow down and take good, nice shots instead of kind of rushing and, getting the nerves. They're getting a little excited out there. Keupu needs to take her time in the post, and they need to take their time, period, with their jump shots.
Stanley with the basketball, passes it to Barton. Barton loses possession, and it's going to go over to Centralia. It's going to be called offensive foul on Barton.
Great defense by Fisher. She knew that that was who was that, Barton? She was just going to come storming through, and that she wasn't going to want to be stopped, and so Fisher smartly threw the charge.
Yeah, good awareness there by Fisher to realize that she was out of control. So Centralia with the 5-point lead here, 7-2. Again, they're going with the game plan to feed Keupu, and they're going to call a quick foul this time. It's going to be the 4th foul on Tacoma, and it's going to be the 2nd foul on number 24, Nicole Miller.
And the Blazers will take those easy fouls all day, and they're running the stack play out of bounds.
Centralia to inbound it. Shots up by G. Just about a foot inside the 3-point line, but they'll take the 2 points there. So the score is 9-2 with 12 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the first half. Grant heading the other way, puts the shot with the left hand on the left side of the hoop, and she's fouled by Karina G. There are 3 defenders there, but G came down with the swat along her arm there.
And with Grant's percentages so far, she keeps driving, but she's kind of a little frantic when she drives to the hoop. So you kind of just want to keep your hands up, and more than likely until she gets her groove going, she's probably going to miss that if it's contested.
First shot was good by Grant. And G, as she picks up her first foul, will take her first break of the ball game at the 12 and a half minute mark here. Both shots were good by Grant. The score is now 9-4. Centralia with the basketball. Davis just checking in the ball game for the Lady Trailblazers. Julia Myers with the basketball, passes to Kepu. Kepu kicks out to Davis on the left corner, no good. Rebound Tacoma. Grant in transition, picked up by Pruinger. Dribbles to the lane, puts it up, and she's going to have the chance at the end one play here as the score is 9-6. Trailblazers with the lead at 12 minutes and 2 seconds left to go here in the first half. And Grant will be heading to the free throw line again.
It was a great play by Grant. But, that's really all we've seen so far is that it just seems like they've abandoned the play calling and they've just kind of gone with ISO and Grant just driving the lane trying to draw contact.
Yeah, definitely that seems like the game plan of Grant. And as you said, Grant last game had her season high. So she's, looking to ride off of that momentum here in this ball game and lead her team.
Definitely came off season high, 22 points versus Pierce. She averages 16 points and 5 rebounds, 3.5 assists anyway, so she's a tough cookie.
Davis with the shot from the right wing, no good, off the back of the rim. Rebound by number 25, Preston. And shots up by Tacoma, no good. Rebound Fisher, she looks at Davis in transition. Davis is going to be called, I thought she stepped out of bounds there, but I guess there's going to be a foul called on Grant. I believe that's going to be Grant's second foul of the ball game. Going to be the first one on Grant. That whistle brings Stock to the action with 11 minutes, 27 seconds left to go in the first half. Centralia right now with a 2-point lead as it scores 9-7. Centralia playing host to the Tacoma Lady Titans. Shots up from the corner by Julia Myers, no good off the front of the rim. Rebound McIntyre. She throws the ball away, stolen by Jessie Williamson. And now Tacoma with the basketball.
And one of Centralia's favorite plays that they're running right now is they're trying to get screens and sneaking out to the three-point corner. And as Grant makes another layup.
Barton that time driving through the lane and put it up on the right side of the hoop. Good usage of the backboard there to tie up the score, 9-9. Multiple skip passes by G and Davis. Now G picks up her dribble, looks inside to McIntyre, kicks it out to Myers. Myers dribbles, passes to G on the left corner. She puts up a three-point shot and it's up and in. So three-point ball game now as it scores 9-12. Centralia with the lead.
And there it is again. There's that corner three, that play they always run, and it works for them.
Tacoma on the offensive end. Grant with the basketball from the left corner. Kicks it out to Barton. Barton to the short corner there. That's number 33, Naomi Brown, putting up the shot, making it a 1-point ball game. And scores now 12-11 after that shot by Brown. Rebound by Fisher, puts up the shot, no good. Fisher might have been a little bit surprised there that she was so open, and remains a 1-point ball game. Grant picked up by Davis, tries making a cross-court pass, and it gets knocked away by Julia Myers. Now number 10 and 44 are going to check in the game for Tacoma. Number 10 is Stanley, and number 44 is Williams.
Two things for the Blazers right now. One, they're starting to fall in love with the three a little bit. And it's not really falling for them too much. And if you fall in love with the three, it can really get you in trouble in a big hurry.
Julia Myers picking up the Titan up top. And now dribble along the right side of the baseline there. Put it up and in off the backboard. Great shot by the Tacoma Titan to give them a 1-point lead.
And they're just giving her that lane every time now. They just need to keep their feet in front of them. And they need to just play good defense like they know how to do.
Julia Myers with the rebound and kicks out to G for another three up top. So back-to-back threes for Karina G, putting her team up by 2 points. Scores now 15-13. Barton asking for a break. She's winded here down as she runs to the offensive end for the Lady Titans. 23 with the shot now. It's no good off the back of the rim. That was Stewart with the contested three-pointer. And now the subs are going to come in. The ball game. It's Preston for number 12, Barton. Basketball goes to Centralia. McIntyre inbounding it to Davis.
And another thing that you saw a few plays ago was that when Lauren Fisher got the rebound, she just needs to focus and she needs to grab the orange and make a smart decision and get the easy layup because she's wide open. She needs to take her time.
Yeah, she needs to come down with the basketball, compose herself, and go right back up. McIntyre now down low, being crowded by two Titan defenders, and there's going to be a foul called as McIntyre goes up. It's going to go against number 10. That's Stanley, her second foul of the ball game.
And that's what we need to keep doing. The Lady Blazers need to keep going inside because every time they've done it, it just seems like they've either got a basket, they've got a foul, or something out of it. It's being very productive for them.
McIntyre hits the first free throw, so now she'll have a chance to make it a 2-point ball game. As the score is 16-13, McIntyre's next free throw is up and good, pushes it to a 2-possession ball game, scores 17-13 now. Tacoma on the offensive end. Centralia's defender McIntyre picking up just right about above half court. Now down low, the Titans put up a shot and no good, but there's going to be a foul called as the shot hits the front of the rim, and it's going to be called on Molly McIntyre, her first foul of the ball game. That'll be Grant standing at the line for 2 free throws.
And once again, that's great. That's great offense to draw the foul by Grant, but you cannot rely on that one girl for this whole game.
Grant's first free throw is up and good. She'll have a chance for another one. Or she'll stand in to shoot another one. It's a 3-point ball game now. Score 17-14. Grant's second free throw is up and good as well. 2-point ball game. We're going to see Barton check right back in the ball game. As number 25, Preston, takes a break. McIntyre passes it into Leah Davis.
And you can see while Centralia has a full court press going, the Titans actually have a 2-3. And so we'll see, they seem a little bit winded from all the transition buckets. We'll see how that works for them.
Shots up by Myers, too strong. Rebound Barton. Barton kicks it out to the corner. Back to Barton up top. Passes it to number 10, Stanley. Stanley to Grant. Grant puts up the 3-point shot. Off the rim, almost went in off a nice bounce. Rebound there by number 10, Stanley. And you see Lauren Fisher fight for the basketball, and they're going to call foul on Fisher.
Now, if you watch that play by Grant just now, she shot the 3-pointer, but what she did is she just stood there, and the rebound actually became, a couple feet. The long rebound came a couple feet within her reach, and if she would have followed the shot, she would have the rebound and, possibly the putback.
Stanley's free throw is good. It's the 5th team foul on Centralia, first foul on Fisher. 1-point ball game at the moment as Stanley stands in to shoot her second one.
And it's good to see Kayupu back in the game because she was doing some great things for Centralia early on.
Second shot's no good. McIntyre with the rebound, and they're going to call it over the back foul on Barton as she fights for the rebound. They're actually going to call a hold on her. Barton demonstrates to her coach as what took place.
And going back to Kayupu, I think I've got something for her. I'm going to call her the hard hat Hawaiian because she's just a blue-collar worker and she does everything on both sides for him.
McIntyre shooting the 1-and-1. First shot's no good. It rolls out. G fights for the basketball, and it's going to go out on the Tacoma Titans. And possession's going to stay with Centralia as they inbound it underneath their own basket. Leah Davis to inbound. Davis out to Myers. Myers may have got away with the travel as she took a few steps, but they didn't call it. Myers put up the shot, no good. Air ball, and it goes out of bounds. As it goes out of bounds, they're going to call foul on McIntyre. She fights for the rebound there.
Centralia's been pretty fortunate, or rather, the Titans just haven't really been paying too much attention on defense. They seem to be just losing them when they go to the corner for that three, and they've just been lucky that we haven't been hitting it.
1 point ball game. Centralia with the lead. Score 17-16 with 7 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the first half. Tacoma with the basketball. Stanley with the shot, no good. Offensive rebound by Grant. She drives. Nice pass fake there as Grant comes up with it again. 23 seconds left on the shot clock for Tacoma.
Not quite sure how they missed that extravagant travel there, but
Stewart with the basketball, looks to feed her post. Nice pass. Post gets it, and pump fakes, puts it up and in. Scores now 18-17. Good shot by Naomi Brown there, putting her team up by 1 point. Tacoma Titans with the lead over the Lady Trailblazers.
And that's what Dan Crowley would like to see, is that them taking their time, getting the pump fake, and nice post move.
Inside pass from McIntyre to Capu. Capu traveled. She took a few steps before she put the ball down, and refs caught her that time.
Definitely the right idea. Her mind went before. She just needs to lay the power dribble down before taking the hop step.
6 minutes, 44 seconds in the first half. Tacoma on the offensive end. It's number 23, Stewart, being guarded by Myers. Stewart passes it over to Stanley. Stanley to Grant. Grant dribbles the lane, back out to Stanley. Stanley picked up by G. Step back, puts up the shot, no good. And there's going to be another foul call, so we're going to see free throws again as Tacoma's in the penalties. That's the 8th foul by them. So we'll see 1-and-1 opportunity here, as it will be number 23, Megan Finger, checking in the ball game. 6-foot freshman out of Elma.
And as we saw earlier in the half, we saw that they were getting the refs were kind of not really calling too much fouls, but it seems like they're getting a lot more aggressive now with calling the fouls, and you see it on the scoreboard.
Shot was no good by Finger, and Tacoma on the offensive end. Number 33, Naomi Brown, puts up the shot, and as she has a Centralia defender hanging on her arm, able to muscle through and put it up and in. She puts her team up 20-17, and she'll be standing at the line with a chance at a 3-point play.
And Coach Shane Schutz has taught the Trailblazers better defense than that. They had 2 people in the paint, but the help defense didn't come, and she got a wide open look at the basket.
Brown's shot's no good off the front of the rim. Rebound Myers. She passes it to Davis in the right corner. Back to Myers up top. Myers to G. Now Tacoma Titans in a 2-3 zone. Karina G with a 3-point shot, no good off the front of the rim. Julie Myers with the rebound, passes it to Finger. Finger to G. G to Davis at the left wing, back to G at the right wing. Now back to Davis to the left wing, puts up the shot, no good off the back of the rim. Rebound Grant. Grant fights to save possession with Karina G and Julia Myers. As Myers and G fall to the ground, they're going to call the foul on Myers, and Centralia is in the penalty, so Grant will stand in at the free throw line to have a chance at 1-and-1 here.
And Centralia keeps falling in love with that 3-point shot. I mean, they're getting open, but the Titans aren't really respecting them so far because it's not really going for them. And the most productive they've been is in the paint, and they've gotten something out of it almost every time they've went to the paint, in the post or just drove it. And, that's really where they need to be so far in this game to get ahead. And that's probably what Coach Schutz is telling them right now.
Yeah, Grant's free throw is no good that time, so the score remains 20-17. And timeout by Coach Schutz this time. It's going to be a full timeout. So what do you think the key is of this timeout here for Coach Schutz?
Well, as you can probably see out on the court, the Titans do have some speedy guards. So that is one thing, is that the Lady Blazers are kind of getting roasted in the one-on-one defense. They're kind of getting smoked. But that's where the help defense has to come when you see them drive the lane so easily. And they really have to communicate and talk to each other. And on the offensive end, like I said, they just have to get it inside. They have aggressive players. Kayupu has proven that she can do that she is a big body out there and down there in the paint. So I think Shane Schutz is just trying to tell him, a hybrid of both of those things, and that they know their game, and they know that they can play, and they can beat these. That they know that they can play better than they're playing, and make this a very well contested game.
Yeah, definitely a defensive battle here. And coming out of the timeout on the court for the Trailblazers is Finger, Myers, G, Davis, and Keupu.
But you can see it doesn't really seem like either team is very worried with the fouls right now. They're just playing their defense no matter what the calls are aggressively.
Shots up by Davis, no good. Rebound by Stewart. Stewart, the point guard for the Titans, passes it to number 20 Freermuth. Number 24, Nicole Meyer with the basketball. Loses the handle, passes it to Stewart. Stewart dribbles through the lane, puts up the shot, up and in. Great body movement there by Stewart as she is able to shed the defender there and put it up and in. 5-point ball game now.
And that's just the show of her true speed. She's a good point guard.
Leah Davis down at the other end, getting her 2 points back here. The score is 22-19, 3-point ball game. Tacoma with the lead with 4 minutes, 30 seconds left to go here in the first half.
But you can't just trade buckets. You've got to get stops.
Basketball is thrown away here by Grant as it goes out of bounds. Possession to Centralia. Keupu with the basketball, or Keupu to inbound the basketball for the Lady Trailblazers. Titans in a 2-3 zone. Davis with the basketball up top, passes it to G, back to Davis, back to G. Just looking to get the Titans to move and get it out of position. G with the 3-point shot, her third made three of the first half, tied up the score 22-22 with 4 minutes and 7 seconds left to go here in the first half. Stewart with the basketball being picked up by Davis.
And that might be the momentum changer that they needed.
Looking to feed the post this time, and they had good backside help as Keupu fronted, and Keupu knocked it away and showed good usage of her hands there. Davis passes it to G, back to Davis, and back to G. G looks inside at her high post and doesn't like what she sees there. Now skip pass over to Julia Myers from the right wing, no good. Stewart looks down at Grant cutting the lane, decides not to pass it to her, but now he feeds Grant at the right corner. Grant being guarded by Myers, got away with the push off there on Myers, but she throws the ball away, and Centralia will be able to inbound it there at their end. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left to go here in the first half. Score is tied up, 22-22. Centralia's playing host to the Tacoma Lady Titans. If you're just tuning in, Centralia in white with the blue numbers and yellow trim. Tacoma in gray with the blue numbers and white trim.
And you'd like to see Megan Finger kind of get more into Naomi Brown there. She seems a little bit intimidated by her size, but she needs to just get big, establish a presence, and no matter who's guarding her, she just needs to be the 6 foot that she is.
Shots up by Myers from the left short corner, and it's in. She gives her team the 2-point lead here, 24-22, as it's just under the 3-minute mark in the first half. Timeout for the Tacoma Titans, as Dan Creeley's not happy with what he sees after that last timeout. As we've seen, the score was 17-22 just a few minutes ago, and we've seen Centralia go on a 7-0 run, and Dan Creeley is not happy with his Lady Titans, looking to maybe stop the momentum here of Centralia, calm the game down, and get his team back on focus.
And they keep running that 2-3 zone, and the pros and cons of that is that they're kind of forcing Centralia to take the outside shot because that is their main offense when it comes to the 2-3 zone. So they're kind of disrespecting them in the outside shot, and so far it's been okay for them. But now that they're starting to pick up their offense and Centralia's starting to swing it around and get the right shot, Tacoma better look out.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because Tacoma was running the man-to-man at first, and then they decided to switch to the 2-3 zone, and it just kind of seemed to me that just played into the hands of Centralia, because it seems like every game they're trying to guard Centralia in the 2-3 zone, and Centralia has the zone offense, which, you know, coaches teach you, zone offense, and that's, you know, dribble and kick, or you're looking at the high post and it's just good ball movement and then skip the ball, and that's what they're doing here. There's so many options with the zone, and you run zone offense, you kind of take what they give you.
Absolutely, and they're giving them a whole lot right now.
Score is 24-22, and Titans with the basketball out of the timeout. 25, Preston drives the lane, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound, Julia Myers.
Good tip there by Kayupu. She got hand on the ball. Good defense.
Myers to Davis at the right wing. Davis saves it from going out of bounds. Passes it to Myers up top. 15 seconds left to go here on the shot clock. 2 minutes, 25 seconds on the game clock. Karina G throws it away, and it's going to be a steal by Barton. Barton pushes it the other way. Passes it to Stewart. Stewart, nice crossover on Davis. She goes through the lane, kicks it back out to Barton. Barton being picked up tightly by Fisher. He gives it to Preston, back to Barton. Barton dribbles through the lane, kicks it out to Grant. Grant dribbles and throws it away. So luckily for Karina G, her mistake there doesn't hurt him too bad, as it's just, you know, back-to-back turnovers on each end. And Centralia in the other end, they're going to call a foul. It's going to be called on number 1, Grant, her second foul of the ball game. With 1 minute, 58 seconds left to go here in the first half, it'll be interesting to see if coach decides to take Grant out for strategic purposes. First shot's no good. Grant stays in the ball game here, so she'll have to be safe to not pick up the third foul. Tacoma inside, put up the shot, good by Barton there, tying up the ball game. 1 minute, 40 seconds left to go. Davis running the point for Centralia. Passes it to Myers. Myers being picked up tightly by the Titan defender. Dribbles through the lane, and they're going to say there's too much contact, and since the Titans are already in the penalty, now that's the 10th foul, so they're going to be in the double bonus, so Julia Myers shoots 2 free throws.
They got bailed out there with the foul, but what I'm seeing right now is I'm seeing Lauren Fisher trying to post up. What she really needs to do is she needs to seal her man, and that's what Coach Shane Sheets mentioned to her earlier. She needs to seal her man, get big, so she can actually receive the ball. That was as much her fault as it was G's that few plays ago. First shot's good by Myers, as well as the second. So 2-point ball game now. Centralia with the 26-24 lead. 1 minute, 30 seconds left to go here in the first half. Stewart with the ball for Tacoma. Bounce pass into Barton. Barton pivots, kicks it back out to Stewart. Now ball movement by Tacoma. Grant ends up with it, kicks it out to Stewart on the left corner, puts up the shot, no good. Rebound by number 25, that's Preston. Puts up the shot, no good, and rebound Centralia. There was a switch of roles there. Centralia performed the 2-3 zone there, and they got an open shot, did Tacoma. So it was kind of ironic to see that.
Shot's no good by Myers, rolls in and out. Stewart in transition, drives through the lane, nice hop step there, and she goes up and draws the foul on Karina G. That's her second foul of the ball game. 9th foul on the Centralia Trailblazers of the first half, and Stewart will stand in at the line to shoot 2 free throws.
And Stewart's got some good awareness, some nice solid point guard moves, and just some dribbling and driving skills. But also there, Karina G didn't really have her balance there, so it was pretty easy for number 23 to knock her down and get the blocking foul.
DeVore checking in the ball game for Karina G. Under 1 minute to go here. Tie ball game. Stewart made both free throws, tying it up. Davis picked up her dribble, passes it to DeVore. DeVore along the right side of the court. Gets called for travel as 2 Titan defenders were corralling her, and now you see Coach Schutz with a little bit of warning to get off the court, get back in his coaching box here.
You can just see the emotion of Coach Schutz, though. He knows that they can do better than that. They need to execute.
30 seconds left to go here. Stewart with the shot from the right corner, no good as it bounced off the front of the rim. Rebound goes to the Trailblazers. So game's tied, 26-26. Shot clock's turned off with 21 seconds left to go here. So Coach shoots, looking for one shot, calls out for his play. DeVore, nice pump fake, kicks it out to Julia Myers. Julia Myers dribbles through the lane, puts it up, no good. She fights for her own rebound. 8 seconds left to go. Tacoma in transition. Stewart with the basketball, puts it up. Nice floater there by Stewart to put her team up by 2 points as they go into halftime. So tight ball game here as it's just pretty much even, 28-26. Stewart with a nice shot to give her team the momentum going into halftime. There's actually 2 great plays by Stewart as she, great awareness by her to dribble through the lane, and the first time pick up the foul, and the second time was she put up the nice floater over the defender.
And you're seeing Jordan Stewart. She's a 5'3" point guard. She's definitely not the smallest. I mean, definitely not the tallest out there, but she's penetrating so easily just because of her quickness. And you can see there that she just gets the easy bucket. She's got a nice touch on her shot. But on the other end, she did over there what we didn't really accomplish over there is that take a jump stop and go up strong. And that's something we kind of were unbalanced. I can't remember who took that layup there, but it was really unbalanced. So that's why everything kind of went awry. And but yeah, Jordan Stewart had great awareness and she took a great shot.
So the Lady Titans, you can see that their game plan is to drive through the lane, to attack the lane and try and put it up and either draw the foul or see what they can get, and possibly get their players into foul trouble, knowing that Centralia doesn't have much depth, especially with the bigs. And so what do you think, if your coach shoots, you're telling your players right now to try and counterattack that game plan by the Lady Titans? Because we've seen Grant at the beginning of the first half and Stewart at the at the end of the first half.
I mean, just no free layups. You need to see them cutting off the lane. That seems to be what they're getting all day long. And if they're not, they're not keeping their feet in front of them, and so that leads it to be a very unbalanced defense. So they can easily draw the foul as well. So I mean, Coach Schutz is just telling them that they need to.
I'll let Luke take it over from here.
All right, and Tacoma's going to take it out, not a bounds. All right, we got Jordan Stewart bringing up the ball, trying to set up the offense, passes it off to Stanley. Passes it off and gives it to Alexis Grant, who comes up with a drive and scores.
A good start for Tacoma at a halftime.
And Pruinger brings up the ball, passes it off to Leah Davis. Passes off to Molly McIntyre, who then gives it back to Pruinger, and they try to drum up something for the offense here. Passes it into the post and kicks it back out to Karina G for 3, and no. Keupu gets the offensive board and passes it back to G, who passes it back to Keupu. And G's trying to get something going. Pass it off to Molly McIntyre. Wide open is Leah Davis, who misses the 3, but Keupu's there with the offensive rebound and the putback.
Yeah, the one problem if you're playing 2-3 defense is the defensive rebounding and trying to stop offensive rebounds.
And a sloppy pass is caught by Pruinger for the steal. And we have a block by Alexis Grant, quite a monster block there, but it will still be a Centralia ball.
Yeah, even kind of surprised Leah Davis. You could see the shock on Leah Davis. She must have heard the slap.
And
volleyball spike.
And out of the scramble, it's going to end up being a foul. And we're going the other way.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to call a foul down low.
On Molly McIntyre, it's her 3rd foul, and Alexis Grant will take it out and hands it off to Stewart. And they're doing full court pressure here. And let's see how that works for him. Pass it off to Tiana Barton, who then gives it to Stewart, who then gives it back to Grant. Grant drives, can't find anything, gives it back to Stewart. And Stewart will give it to Tiana Barton. Finds Grant in the corner. Can't find anything here. Centralia playing tough D. And crosses Stanley for 3, and no. And there is Tiana Barton with the offensive rebound, but she cannot connect on the second chance opportunity. And we have Centralia ball out of bounds. Sub, we have Lauren Fisher in for Molly McIntyre, and Fish will take out the ball. And here we got Pewinger bringing up the ball, and we got Tacoma meeting them at half court.
You hear that floor burn from here, you know that doesn't feel good if you're an experienced basketball player.
Absolutely not. We got Kayupu with the ball, who feeds it to Fisher in the post, and she scores. Great steal that time by Fisher. And we got Coach Schutz calling for the full court pressure as Grant takes up the ball and hands it off to Stewart. Oh, and Centralia is playing some tough D. Good hustle, but it's going to stay with Tacoma.
Yeah, those 50-50 balls, it goes to the player who wants it more, and you can tell Pruinger was the player that wanted it more that time, and she dove to the floor.
And the pass goes into Jordan Stewart. Hard screen there, passes it off, and they try to feed the post, but it ends up out of bounds and a turnover for the Lady Titans. And Lauren Fisher will be taking out the basketball.
Great defense that time by Centralia to disrupt them down low and cause the turnover. Trying to feed the post that time, just overthrew it, tossed it out of bounds.
And Pruinger to Leah Davis, who tries to drum something up. Gives it back, or gives it to G, who then tries to feed number 33 in the post, but they get a steal out of it, and Alexis Grant drives and gets the and one. Great basket.
Yeah, coast to coast that time by Alexis Grant. You could see the look in her eyes as she got the steal right over here by our broadcast table, and you could see her already looking straight at the rim.
Yeah, she saw red. She had one goal and one goal only, and that was to get to that basket. So we have Alexis Grant at the line shooting one.
Alexis Grant with the awkward free throw motion as she kind of steps into it. And unorthodox there. You don't see that too often.
Definitely worked for though as it goes in. And we've got Pruinger bringing up the ball. Fisher trying to post up, but just too strong is the defense. Yeah. And Davis off to Julia Myers, who's no good, but follows her shot, gets the rebound. She draws the foul. Great hustle by Julia Myers.
And Julia Myers comes up hobbling a little bit. Looks like she might have banged knees or shins with somebody. And definitely doesn't feel good.
Third foul for Carson Stanley as Kendra Pruinger will hand in the basketball while Schutz calls it timeout.
Yep, Pruinger having trouble that time, inbounding it, being guarded by the taller number 33, Naomi Brown. Naomi Brown stands 6 foot tall, 6 foot sophomore out of Lakewood, was guarding the 5'3" Pruinger. Just too much for her to inbound it there with her long arms, so Schutz forced to call the timeout.
And great coaching by Schutz to have the awareness to call that timeout. So coming out of this timeout, what do you think Coach Schutz is telling the Blazers?
Pretty much he just called that timeout because it was an emergency timeout to save the possession there. So probably set up a good inbound play there. You could see the coach had the board out, assistant coach had the board out, so they're drawing a great inbound play that they won't run here.
And going for the inbound here, Fisher ends up with the ball. Hands it off to Julia Myers, who then hands it back to Pruinger. Pruinger looks the pass and gets it to Myers, who then gives it to Keupu for three, and she hits.
Tied up the ball game now, 33-33.
With 16:40 left to go, game's all tied up. Grant has the ball, driving the basket, kicks it out. Somehow ends up back in Stewart's hands, who gives it up. And the shot is no good by Charlie Williams, who's getting her minutes in for the game today. And the ball comes up with Pruinger, who gives it to Keupu once again. And it ends up over in Leah Davis's hands, who then swings it around to Myers, back to Pruinger. Back to Myers once more, who drives and is blocked. What a great block by Tana Bartlett.
So we've seen two athletic blocks by the Tacoma Titans, one by Grant, other one by Barton, or Barton that is.
Definitely some athleticism. as it's handed in to Julia Myers, giving the fist for three, and it's just barely off, hits front rim, but Myers comes up with the rebound. Great hustle once again by Julia Myers. Pruinger brings it up, hands it out to Myers, back to Pruinger. Can't find much going on here, so it's just going back and forth between Myers and Pruinger. And with the open shot, here's Pruinger, but it's off right iron. It's going to end up being a turnover for him, and Lady Titans will be taking out the ball. We're still tied up here. 15:40 left to go in this game. 33-33. As Stewart gives it to Grant, but great awareness by Leah Davis, who picks the pocket, gets the steal, hands it off to Pruinger. Pruinger looking for Fisher. She finds Keupu. Passes it off to Leah Davis. And then it ends up in Myers' hands once again. And Fisher opts for the little pass there, and it didn't work out for her. As Grant misses the layup off the fast break. And it's back to Centralia with Pruinger.
Rebound, actually Fisher makes up for her mistake at one end with an aggressive rebound down at the other end.
And it goes to Keupu in the corner, hands it off, and Pruinger again gives it to Myers. And Keupu with the open shot, rings in and out, but there's Myers once again with the hustle rebound and the putback.
Yeah, as I was saying, it's the difficulty is rebounding out of the 2-3 zone. And that's what we've seen here in the start of the second half.
And we got a foul called here with 14:39 left. The Blazers are up 35-33. And that foul's going to be on Kendra Pruinger. And it's going to be her fourth, so they're going to have a sub. They're going to bring Karina G in for her. And we have Nyanda Preston taking out the ball, going to hand it out to Jordan Stewart. Seems like they've got some floor spacing here. And hands it off to Barton, who then gives it to Nicole Miller, who gets the open jumper in the short corner. Leah Davis is bringing up the basketball. Hands it off to Karina G, back to Davis, and gives it to Julia Myers, and then back to Davis once again. And just too much passing going on there, and Jordan Stewart is able to guess that, and she gets the pump fake, draws the foul, and the basket.
Yeah, that's like a compound error there. You don't want to make a mistake followed by another mistake. You could see Davis telegraphing the pass, Stewart with the steal, and going the other way, and Davis makes the mental error as she fouls her, and she scores the layup there and chance for the three-point play.
And Stewart's just too smart to try to pull that off on. Just great awareness. She knew that she was coming behind her, so she gives a pump fake, and with all the contact is able to throw it up into the basket. But there was just too much passing going on there. There wasn't enough movement down low. So they just ended up doing the same exact passes back and forth. And, I mean, if you do that long enough, there's going to be timing prediction, and that's exactly what happened is they got the easy steal.
So after the timeout by Coach Schutz, you can guarantee that 30-second two is emphasizing smart passes, as we've seen a few turnovers by the Lady Trailblazers, and Tacoma came out, Tacoma has maintained the 2-point lead.
And Stewart shooting one, and she hits it. So 3-point play for Stewart as the Tacoma Lady Titans are up by 3, 38-35 with 14 minutes left in this game. And Leah Davis brings up the ball, guarded by Jordan Stewart. Throws kind of a sloppy pass there.
Seems like this second half they put a bigger player on Keupu, disrupting her down low there.
Leah Davis gets the ball in, dribbles it looking for Fisher, who doesn't have it quite sealed. Not really finding anybody. They need some movement around here. Good screen by Keupu, drives the lane, kicks it out to Myers. Myers for three, no good. Fisher ends up with the rebound, but hastily throws it up. And then out of desperation, more out of frustration, we have a foul, and it's going to be Lady Titan basketball. And that foul is going to be on number 22, Julia Myers. That's her second. As the Lady Titans bring up the basketball, gives it to Jordan Stewart.
3-point ball game here with 13 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. That was the 5th foul by the Lady Trailblazers of the second half.
And as Lauren Fisher once again shows her great defensive awareness and draws the charge, and it will be Centralia basketball. That foul's going to go on Tiana Barton. That's her third. As Leah Davis brings up the basketball. Trying to do some 4 high here, maybe. She has the basketball back to Davis. Myers slips out to the 3-point line, and she hits the 3. And even gives her a little bit of a dance, a little bit of a warm impression.
Yeah, Myers fell to the ground that time, got knocked down by the defender, no foul call.
And they get it right back over, and they get it to Naomi Brown, who gets the easy layup, and it's a 2-point lead from the Lady Titans once again. Fisher receives the basketball, hands it off to G for 3, and it's no good, but Fisher once again gets the hustle offensive board. And hands it off to Leah Davis, who hands it off to G. Davis wide open for 3, and it's no good. It will be rebounded by Tiana Barton, who sends it up to Stewart. Stewart driving the lane. Good crossover, kicks it out to Nicole Miller, who gets the short corner shot, but no good. She with the rebound. Brings it up in transition. Finds Myers, who drives the basketball, but finds nothing. Gives it back to G, who then hands it to Leah Davis, and who hands it to Kayuku, who drives the lane, but is stuffed by Naomi Brown. And they are not allowing anything in the paint right now.
You can see Fisher asking for a sub, so you see McIntyre checking in for her.
So we got Molly McIntyre in for Lauren Fisher, and we'll see how that changes the...
If you're... Well, go ahead.
So we got Leah Davis giving the ball in to G. Kayuku needs to post up here. Looking for someone and gets it back to Davis. Screen by Kayuku, but
3 seconds on the shot clock.
But they find Molly McIntyre, who has just subbed in, and she gets the basket. Alexis Grant to Tiana Barton, who gives it off to Carson Stanley. Finds nothing there, hands it back to Barton, who hands it to Grant. Grant is signaling for screens to come up, run the play. So she chooses to gets the pass to a wide open Tiana Barton, who has barely any contact, easy finish.
You can start to feel the intensity over here as you can hear both benches getting loud to support their teams.
Absolutely. As Leah Davis receives the ball, Kayuku calls for it, but it is given to Myers. Back to Davis. Handed off to G. Michelle drill, and wide open Davis. And it is off. They're dying by the 3 right now. They live and die by the 3, and it's not treating them too well. The G drives in, passes it off to Myers, who passes it off to G again, open 3. He hits it. G with the 3-pointer.
We're up by 1 point now, 43-42 with 10 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the ball game.
And here we have Tiana Barton, who passes it off, and it gets in the post to Nicole Miller, who is way off with that shot, and the rebound goes to Kayuku. And we have Leah Davis bringing in the basketball. Hands it off to G, who gives it back to Davis. Gives it to Kayuku in high post, and through a little bit of tip, Molly McIntyre is able to get it and gets another basket right underneath. And the Trailblazers now have a 3-point lead over the Lady Titans, 45-42, and we have 10 minutes left in this ball game.
Great execution that time by Centralia to feed it inside to their post, where she's just perfect position to finish. You see the tall Tacoma defenders able to get a finger on it, but just not enough to tip it away. And Centralia comes up with the easy layup, and Centralia now with a 3-point lead. We've seen the score was just 42-40. And quick swing now by Centralia, and we see a timeout now down at the other end for Tacoma.
And what's great to see from the Blazers is that they've been getting their shots blocked, but there has been no sign of letting up for them. There's been no sign of there's been a little bit of frustration, but that hasn't stopped their stride. They've kept going at it and going into the heart of the Tacoma defense, and it's starting to work out for them.
Yeah, if you're Centralia, you cannot be discouraged by those plays there. As you drive in and get them swatted away, you just have to continue to try and get your shot. It's basketball, those things are going to happen. And if you're Centralia, you just want to try and maybe execute with the pump fake, or to try and draw them up in the air, or look for a better shot. Just got to play around those things. You cannot let something like that get you down too much or pull you away from your game plan.
We've had a very close competitive game here tonight. No team getting the real definite edge, and it's been a great basketball game to watch. A lot of aggressiveness, and the Tacoma Lady Titans will take out the basketball. And full court press by Centralia. Carson Stanley passes it off to Grant. He brings up the basketball. Quick skip passes, and there's Barton up and drives in and gets the easy layup.
Great job by Barton there with the usage of the left hand.
Leah Davis brings up the basketball, hands it off to G. And here we have Molly McIntyre trying to get something going, but it's passed off to Leah Davis, who finds Keupu, but couldn't quite grab the pass. Had a little bit of congestion there by the big Naomi Brown. She's a big force out there. Very physical. And it will be a Lady Titan ball.
Davis had a clear shot, but she decided not to take it. Maybe look to force that one a little bit inside. And has to know when to shoot and pass here with crunch time coming up here.
Stewart brings up the ball, showing off her dribbling skills. Passes it off, and it's given right back to Stewart, who then hands it to Grant. Tries to drive, kicks it out to Carson Stanley for three. Oh, it's only two.
Wide open, had the time to set her feet and everything.
And now it is the Tacoma Lady Titans 1 up, 46-45 Blazers, 9-10 left in this game. And Davis is trying to decide, as we have Molly McIntyre that needs to seal out. Now Carson Stanley bringing up the ball with the easy steal. Alexis Grant trying to get her teammates to help her out here, and throws the ball away right into the hands of Leah Davis. Trying to make up for it, but she gets more of a frustration foul. Frustrated with herself that she gave up the ball on the other end, so tries to aggressively grab it back, but is tagged with the foul. That is her third.
Great job by Leah Davis to anticipate the pass and then pick up the foul there on Grant, the leader of this Titan team.
Davis drives and kicks out to Myers for three, and it is good. Now their kick-out game has been great for them, and the threes are starting to fall.
Centralia takes the lead back with that three-point shot, 48-46, 8 minutes, 20 seconds left to go here in the ballgame.
Grant passes it all the way across court to Stanley, who then gives it off to Tiana Barton, and it's back in the hands of Stewart, and then to Barton, who drives the lane and gets a nifty-looking layup. This is the right hand.
Yeah, on the left side of the court that time, so a little opposite foot, but either way, puts it up and in.
Leah Davis, dribble handoff to Myers. Myers drives the lane, gives it to G, who drives even harder, but she is blocked. May have wanted a foul there, but it was all ball. Then there's a drive by Carson Stanley, but she is blocked, and it is Trailblazer ball in transition once more in Myers' hands. Gives it to G, and G is asking Davis to come get the ball and set up the offense.
Yeah, I believe G probably wants a break here. That's why we got the player for Centralia saying to check in the ball game.
Now the hands of Molly McIntyre.
And you call it for double dribble as she picked up her dribble and then re-dribbled as she turned her pivot foot.
And that's not a violation that you need at this point. We still got plenty of time left in the game, but it's all tied up, 48-48, 7:20 left. But no mistakes. Someone needs to get a lead as Grant brings up the ball.
Karina G checked out of the ball game. There's number 21, Miranda McDonald checked in for the Lady Trailblazers.
As the ball goes to Tiana Barton, given to Stewart for three, and she hits it. And now the Lady Titans are up 51-48, 3-point lead, 7 minutes left to go in this ball game.
That was a well-contested shot, good defense, just better offense that time.
Leah Davis passes it off to Miranda McDonald, who gives it to Keupu. And then Molly McIntyre tries to put up the shot, but is easily blocked. Didn't really box herself out there. Careful with the ball. Davis to McDonald, who drives and draws the foul. Kind of bailed out there. She was hoping to draw the foul. She threw up quite a prayer on that shot.
Yeah, Miranda McDonald, great job there. Knew that she had her player running backwards, so she knew that she could take it right at her and put up the shot. And had Grant at her mercy. Grant really frustrated. You could see her over here as that's her fourth foul of the ball game. And Tacoma right now with the 3-point lead. Grant's going to go to the bench.
And we'll see Nicole Miller come in for her. And I'm not sure if that's what you want to see for Tacoma right now. Grant's been huge for him tonight. And the second shot is made. The first one was missed by McDonald. And here comes Stewart bringing up the basketball with speedy precision. Drives the lane, kicks it out, and then is getting to the hands of Tiana Barton, who tries to put some moves, and hands it to Carson Stanley, who drives the ball and gives it back to Barton. They're trying to get something to go here. Kind of a not very good awareness there by Stewart, which is, one of the first times we've seen that.
Ball just went right through her hands. Either some sweat on the ball or some sweat on her hands as she's playing here. You could see her wipe it off on her shorts. A common thing that happens in basketball, but you want to be able to grasp that ball.
Absolutely. As Julia Myers is wide open and hits that three-pointer. And the Blazers are up 1 with 5:55 left to go. 52-51 Blazers. Ball is given to Tiana Barton, who then looks to Stewart. Gives it to Stanley. Gives it to Stewart again, yet another.
Right through her hands again that time. So we've seen back-to-back plays where the ball went right through both of Stewart's hands, and try and figure out what that problem is here for Stewart.
But more that time around, Stewart was already moving and starting to try to make a different play when her teammate was just a little late to react and threw the ball to Stewart, who was not ready for it.
Yeah, that could be it, though. She's trying to make the move before she actually has the ball. She's playing a little bit ahead of herself here as it's a tight ball game. Maybe a little bit of nerves.
Absolutely. Tight ball game. Tiana Barton asking for the play. Passes it off to Stanley in the corner. She takes a very ill-advised shot, but somehow, some way, Naomi Brown ends up with the ball, puts it in, and one. And that's going to be a 1-point lead for Tacoma.
Yeah, Naomi Brown with the height advantage down there, but that time it really didn't, it was irrelevant as she picked the ball up right off the ground and put it up and in over the Centralia defender.
Brute strength as Kayuku comes out for Lauren Fisher. And we're going to have Miranda McDonald come out for Karina G. And for the 3-point play. And Naomi hits it. 3-point play. The Titans are up 2 of the Lady Blazers. 54-52, 5:10 left in this ball game. Hands it off to Pruinger. He gives it to Molly McIntyre for the shot. And bank is open. It is all tied up here. 5 minutes left to go. 54-54.
Not what she wanted, but I'm sure her teammates, and her coach will all take it.
She'll take it, but Carson Stanley answers with a 3-pointer. And she was wide open for that shot. Coach Hughes doesn't look too pleased with that. But nevertheless, the Lady Titans are up 3 points, 57-54. We have 4:50 left in this ball game. And they will take a full timeout. Well, Schutt's obviously very emotional. Doesn't want to lose this game. It seems like from their Green River win, they've gotten some momentum. He definitely doesn't want to lose that. What do you think Coach Schutz is telling his team right now?
Well, it's been a very tight game throughout this whole thing. So we've seen Tacoma able to get what they want, and Tacoma with the lead at halftime. So Coach Schutz obviously game planning at halftime to to retake that lead, and we see here Tacoma still with the 3-point lead. So Coach Schutz obviously not happy with his team's production, and pretty much, as we see it with the timeout call, on the defensive end, because on the offensive end, they're getting the shots that shots that they want. They're getting a good ball movement, making the defense move,
But it seems like there hasn't been too much of an answer for the physicality on Tacoma's part. Naomi Brown has been huge. She's been very physical, and just the point guards have been able to drive almost at will. So you'd like to see a lot more as Kendra Pruinger kicks the ball out to Julia Myers, who is stuck and hands it to Molly McIntyre. Drives the ball, kicks it back to Pruinger, who drives, and ill-advised pass there to G as we got Alexis Grant, who gets the steal and the bucket on the fast break.
Just great job by Grant to anticipate the pass and play the passing lanes. Maybe not the smartest pass to force it across the court there.
Pruinger with the ball for 5-point ball game. And we have Julia Myers with the very timely bucket, the three-pointer, and that's exactly what they needed. Gets kicked out. We have Stewart with the ball again, who kicks it out to Naomi. Naomi's shot is just off, but somehow Carson Stanley ends up with the rebound and is fouled, and we're shooting 1-on-1.
There are 4 Centralia defenders down there, and in my mind I was thinking block out, and I didn't see any one of them block out, and the Tacoma player comes out with the rebound, and
just underneath all of them seems to just grab it.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say, and she was underneath the basket, or well, 4 players underneath there.
With Carson Stanley misses the free throw, but they call a foul on Tiana Barton, and it's going to be Trailblazer ball. That is her 4th for Tiana Barton.
Tiana Barton, display of emotion there, kind of screaming at nobody.
Tight game, emotion is rampant. As it is given to Myers, she's been hot. She drives, finds nothing, kicks it to Fisher, but it is well defended by Tiana Barton. They seem to regain her composure, and she wants this game pretty bad.
Centralia maintains possession of the ball. McIntyre to inbound.
As it is in Pruinger's hands, who hands it off to G. Fisher has the ball. The jump shot was a little contested in and out. As we have Barton coming up with the ball, who hands it off to Stewart, who drives and just barely misses it.
Well contested that time by Fisher. That caused her to change her shot.
As it goes to Pruinger, trying to set something up here to G. Back to Pruinger. Back to G once again. And they need to get some movement from other teammates if they want to get this. And a dribble and jump shot by McIntyre, but it's off, and the rebound goes to Grant. Grant drives. And there is a foul called.
They're going to call it on the floor, so it's going to be called 1-and-1 since it's going to be the 9th foul, and Centralia's already in the penalty.
So that foul is going to be on Karina G, and it is her 3rd.
Grant is 5 of 6 from the free throw line, so see what she does this time, and they're going to call the shot off. It's going to be a lane violation, yep. And they blew it right away, right when she shot the shot. So she must have been standing inside the lane already. You know how sometimes the player steps in early. In that case, she was probably already standing in the lane because they blew it right when she shot the shot.
Unfortunate break as Kayupu has the ball towards the free throw line, drives it in, kicks it out to G. G drives, gives it to Kayupu. And Kayupu, the shot is barely off as it goes towards. We have a foul called on the floor.
Aggressive play that time by Grant. Might have been an offensive foul as she was the one to cause the contact. And they're going to call it on Pruinger, and that'll be her 5th foul. She's disqualified from this ball game.
Not only that, we are in the 10th foul, the double bonus. So Grant, who has shown a great touch from the free throw line, she's up there for 2 shots. And
looking to make it a 2-possession game, as right now it's 2-point game, 59-57. Tacoma with the lead. With only 2 minutes, 33 seconds left to go in the ball game. Every possession is critical here for both teams.
But if you're looking at the foul situation right now, it's not looking too good for the Blazers. As Grant hits the first free throw, And now make it a 3-point game. See if she can make it a 2-possession game. And she does. Ice in her veins. It is a 4-point game, 61-57. The Lady Titans have the lead. As Leah Davis brings up the ball. Hands it off to McIntyre, who hands it back to Davis. Chooses not to take the 3-point shot. G with the ball, now Myers. And it's fouled on the way driving to the lane, and it's going to be 1-1 here. Foul's going to be on number 44, Charlie Williams, 5'7" sophomore from Tacoma.
One thing to keep in mind, number 12, Barton, and number 1, Grant, both with 4 fouls for the Lady Titans, and they're on the court here. And with 2 minutes, 15 seconds left to go, could be crucial if they pick up their 5th foul.
Julia Myers is on the line here to sit the first one, and so we're going to be shooting another one.
Yep, gets rewarded with the second.
And we're hoping to make it a 2-point ball game here. Oh, the second one is just off, and it's still a 3-point ball game with the Lady Titans with the ball. Stewart bringing it down.
Important thing is she narrowed it down to a 1-possession ball game.
Absolutely, every little bit counts. It is given to Grant, who fakes, looks, and dribbles it around the arc. It stops, gives up the ball, and throws it away to Julia Myers, who gives it to Leah Davis. Let's see what she can pull out here. Need a play to separate yourself. Leah Davis still looking, gives it to Kayupu. A quick shot, and it is no good. Off back iron, as it is Lady Titan ball. It's given to Grant rather recklessly. And a timeout is called by Coach Dan Criley of the Lady Titans.
It's going to be a 30-second timeout for the Titans.
It was good timing because the Titans really didn't have very much, really nowhere to go on that one.
Yeah, they had nothing going on that offensive trip. And with 20 seconds left on the shot clock, coach for the Lady Titans, Dan Creeley's going to have to look for a smart shot here as he has the 3-point lead currently. But there's about 1 minute, 15 seconds on the clock. Centralia is only looking for a stop here and to try and come down at the other end and either make it a 1-point game or tie game. And not much time left on the clock, not many possessions left in the ball game here.
And if you're just joining us, you've been missing a great game. It's 61-58. The Tacoma Lady Titans are up, and there's 1:19 left in this ball game, and it's a tight one, folks. And it is Lady Titan ball. Ball's given to Stewart behind half court.
Being picked up at half court by Myers.
Who then passes it off to Barton. Then it is given to Stanley, who travels. Costly mistake for the Lady Titans.
1 minute, 7 seconds left to go.
And they will take it from the side. And Leah Davis, she's going to have to make a good play here. Hands it off to Keupu, who hands it to McIntyre, who shoots. And it just rims in and out.
Now Centralia doesn't have to foul here. All they have to do is look to get a stop with 50 seconds left to go, 20 on the shot clock.
It's handed to Stewart in the corner, who drives through the screen, and it's handed to Stanley with a good crossover there. Back to Stewart, who drives clear past G, and it is no good, but Stewart is able to get her own rebound.
No, actually McIntyre got the rebound. Stewart came from behind, poked it away, got the steal, and instantly Coach Dan Creeley called the timeout with 31.2 seconds left to go on the clock. Creeley wants to make sure his team didn't put up just a bad shot there and stop the clock. And now the Centralia is going to be forced to foul. Well, yeah, they're going to be forced to foul here with just 30.2 seconds on the clock. And there won't be enough time if if Tacoma would elect to just hold out the clock.
This game is still a little bit of ways from being over. Stay tuned with us as we're going to have the second half of the doubleheader. The boys Centralia Trailblazers will face off against the boys Tacoma Titans, and that is set to be a great matchup for you, so please don't go away.
Yeah, if you're Centralia, you want to try and go for the steal here. Go for the steal as quick as you can, and if you can't get the steal, then you got to foul, because I don't think that there's enough time on the clock to be able to get the stop and go down at the other end and score. So you got to foul if you can't get the steal, and hope that they miss the free throws. At that point, you're playing the free throw game, and just got to hope that Tacoma will miss. And possibly, if you're Centralia, you're talking some strategy about possibly forcing it into the porous free throw shooter on the Titans' end.
Surprisingly, Alexis Grant is the one taking out the basketball when she's one of their premier free throw shooters tonight. So it is given to Stanley, who is then fouled by G.
Fouled right away, bringing a stop to the clock with 29.7 seconds left to go.
So we're going to have 2 shots for Carson Stanley. The 3-point lead here for the Lady Titans, 61-58, 29.7 seconds left to go. At the line is Stanley. It is good. A very clutch shot there by Stanley. Trying to put this game on ice. Yep. And she has one more shot here.
Pushed it up to a 2-possession game with that free throw.
And that free throw is good as well. And we're going to have a 5-point game on our hands.
Centralia has to look to score quickly. Doesn't have to be a 3, but has to be a quick bucket. If it's not, Keupu with the shot at the 3. It's no good. Oh, yeah. Shot was no good. Rebound by Grant. Grant got fouled by McIntyre. So Grant will be standing at the free throw line.
And she is one of the ones that you do not want to foul. And this game is starting to look a little bit out of reach.
Yeah, with 18 seconds left to go, though, it's not out of hand because it's still a 2-possession ball game. Even if she makes it 1 free throw, still a 2-possession ball game. So if you're Centralia, you want to try and come down and score quickly and foul. In basketball, anything can happen. You can look for a player to make a mistake and capitalize off that mistake, and you're right back in this one.
Anything can happen here. This level of play, anything can happen. And the first free throw is good by Grant. Once again, some clutch free throws there. But Grant misses the second one. They push it up quick. Keupu's pushing it.
He's going to
look
pull
for a 3, pull up for 3. And Keupu is off. And there's the foul. Tiana Barton is going to go to the line. And to add even more to this lead.
That possibly could have been the last opportunity there for Centralia, as it might just run out of time.
It's been a hard-fought game here tonight. There's been no lack of determination and will by either team this evening. It just so happens that it came down to the foul game, and this is what you see: is the free throws can be deadly. As Leah Davis brings up the ball, 6 seconds left, passes it off. Myers for 3, all off the backboard, and this game is going to be over. So your final score tonight is the Lady Trojans 65, Centralia Lady Trailblazers 58. And it was a tightly contested one all the way until we played the free throw game. And it's a disappointing loss by the Trailblazers, but I think they learned something from it, because a lot of the games here we've been seeing a pattern is that in crunch time they've really started to mature and started to make better decisions. It's just they've got to learn and grow from each and every game.
Yep. One note: Centralia missing 2 of their players, Narlowski and Alicia Swanson. So hopefully they'll be back for the next game and ready to go here for the Lady Trailblazers. We'll bring you our next game of action.